Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another recap video for Yoahimune.
Since Connor and I did a recap before for the first half of the story, we decided to do another one for the back half of the story leading up to the final battle.
Again, this is not a substitute for watching the actual videos. We are leaving all the fight scenes that go nowhere and all the stuff that does not add to the main plot out of this recap.
Which is most of the story.
Yeah.
And at the time of this going up, the final battle of Yoahimune will be going up this Thursday. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah. So, this will be chapters 11 through 19. Let's get started. In chapter 11, Ark gets back on the planet. Then he's going on a date with Beatrix, but within 30 seconds he gets a call about a riot.
Yep.
So he goes, and then for no reason, he starts burning people alive, massacring them, and making dry jokes.
All the time. Yeah, that's just...
He becomes a war criminal.
Yeah. In Chapter 12, Ark goes in front of the High Council and admits to his, what we'd consider crimes, but they don't mind at all. Like, even a little. Yeah. And in fact, Beatrix falls more in love with this now war criminal.
Yeah. Then Chapter 13 introduces a new bad guy and a new minion. Both are incredibly ineffective.
Just totally ineffective.
Yeah. Alcmaeon can change his image to look like anyone else, but Ark and no one else sees through him perfectly every time.
Every single time. No one else gets it, but Ark sees through it every time.
The Fallen is yet another clone of Ark.
Even though we didn't get an explanation for the first one.
Also, somewhere in there, Kennard dies. Rip in peace. Yeah. He will be missed.
He will be missed.
Yeah.
Chapter 14. Ark throws his old weapon and best friend Gemini away for a new device, like yesterday's newspaper. Yeah. I cannot explain to you how sad this makes me. He just throws Gemini out, and amazingly, Beatrix falls even more in love with this, let me remind you, war criminal, who's also an enormous jerk.
Then in Chapter 15, inexplicably, Ark goes and trains some new recruits, and they do nothing to the story on a whole, and add nothing to the plot.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, no.
Chapter 16, Ark and the readers meet the brother of Statius Zagato from Chapter 8, who happens to be God. No, seriously, Joaquin Zagato is pretty much God. I mean, he's like, watch the chapter, he's God.
Yeah, he's God. Then in Chapter 17, we learn that even though Beatrix has been living with Ark in his cramped-ass dorm, she has a fucking mansion that she just hasn't been using.
He even has a butler that goes with it.
Yeah, and the bad guys get a flying robot bird thing, which does nothing and then leaves.
Right, just flies around and leaves.
Yeah.
Chapter 18, Ark gets some data that he already had. He trains the newbies that do nothing for the rest of the story, and he hangs out with a bunch of side characters that do nothing.
Yeah, that goes nowhere. No.
Yeah.
Then, Chapter 19, Brett Refraga, a character we barely knew, gets a complete reinvention this chapter. We find out he has an entire crew, an entire team of engineers building random shit for him, and he basically gets a robot suit to go into battle with. And then nothing else happens.
And that was all lead up to the fucking
Chapter
final
20, the final battle. One more thing. At this point, Lycaon Quattroporte, who was introduced back in Chapter 6, has still not been mentioned again.
Yes.
That her introduction is the last time we've heard
That's 13 chapters of not hearing about her at all.
Yeah, one of the 5, 6 bad guys just hasn't shown up again.
Well, that was a recap,
and
you'll notice there was not a lot going on there.
Yeah, no.
And I hope you guys enjoyed the final battle. I know we did.
I mean, things have to start happening. It's the final battle.
Things happen?
Things happen.
Kind of.
You guys will see. All right.
See you guys then.
See ya.